Joy was kind enough and generous enough to let us use her gallery for the evening to showcase our class's artwork.
That's not quite the truth.
Yeah. Thank you.
Jill was just so convincing as a saleswoman. Her photography is only trumped by her salesmanship.
Well, that's why I demand the high prices.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you so much.
And I'm delighted to have you here, and I hope I can work with you again to partner with MCG, and because it's a great organization, I believe strongly. So,
Thank you.
Well, and also I have to plug MCG. MCG, I think, is like Pittsburgh's best kept secret. It's like, oh my God, they have the most phenomenal courses and the most phenomenal instructors, Jolie and Jill. And I would never have found out about it if my daughter hadn't taken classes there starting her freshman year in high school. They have a whole listing of courses for adults, and it's majorly fun, addictive, which I'm sure we can all attest to. So since they're making me go first, they're making us do our homework assignment that we were supposed to do Wednesday. So we had to write artist statements. So I'm Jill Flannery Joyce. I'm an architect by training and profession. I never envisioned myself becoming obsessed with photography. Now I cannot leave the house without carrying a camera. If I'm walking or driving and I see a scene and the light is not quite right, I will come back when the light is right just to get that picture. And I'll make people stop the car so I can get out and get that picture. I try to capture the moment as it is. I'm motivated by those rare special moments that can be caught on film. I'm fascinated with the built form, the geometry of structure, the structure's relationship to the natural environment, but mostly the patterns and textures formed by the play of light and shadows. Photography is not just a two-dimensional art form. The light becomes the primary subject matter. The light adds pattern, depth, and color, making an image come to life in 3 dimensions. A rigid industrial structure can stand in pure contrast to the soft, swirling dynamics of the sky and clouds. By photographing existing structures, we can experience our past through our present.
And next is Rachel Dilly.
This one was mine with the cars. I know that my place of work, which is the Bidwell Training Center, 2 blocks down from where Jill and Jolie work at Manchester Craftsman's Guild. I like to think art can affect people. I value human emotion, feeling, and depth. I love it when art evokes a reaction from me, be it positive or negative. The thought that something outside myself can cause me to feel a certain way is exciting and real. I realize art can take control of my emotions and feelings. I've been strictly loyal to Coca-Cola products since discovering my brother-in-law Ben had the opposite loyalty to Pepsi products in 1999. I professed this deep love and commitment on a factory job application to Coca-Cola. I was not even considered. Still, I refuse to drink Pepsi products, remaining completely loyal to Coca-Cola to this day. The qualities like texture, age, shape, and layout all make Coke Love, one of the pieces up here in place, interesting in what it means to me. There were 3 angels around the pulpit at the East Liberty Presbyterian Church. 2 are shown in angels praying, not here, but only one is in focus. I find detail of the wooden angel very appealing. I'm comforted by her peace and beauty. I feel turbulence in Welcome to Randyland. I feel the incredible weight of darkness in the picture, but if you look closely, hope is there. I use color to accent this. Thank you.
Okay, and next is Gay Hockenberry.
Okay, I am a woman of few words, and I have a lot of things on my plate, so I had very little time to do this, but this is probably an inside joke. It reflects upon most of the photographs that were taken the whole time we had class. The long, hot summer of 2012 inspired me to reflect upon the many different faces I have taken on. I started to count the blades of grass that have passed by me, all the while trying to avoid the snake in the woods. As the summer went on, I tried desperately to grasp upon the handle knobs of enlightenment. only to be again confronted by the textures of reality. The Pirates will make number 20 consecutive.
Hope everybody caught the name of the show. It is MCG squared because of our grid-like work. It's a little pun for us, so that was funny. I also want to thank, I've had a crazy 6 weeks. Joe and Jolie and everybody else who mad at my work helped me out, helped me name my work because I was running back and forth between here and Columbus, Ohio, and thank you. This is, of course, is my piece. When looking for subjects to shoot, I like to discover the special in the ordinary. It may seem casual at first glance, but once captured, you can see the details that make it special. Studying details allows me to find uniqueness in the everyday. For example, when I'm downtown, I love to look at the very tops of buildings. Often the most dramatic and telling details are those hidden from the casual view. They tell the story of the place and the people who live there. It's like discovering a secret only a few know. When shooting, I like to capture a moment that makes the viewer remember a special moment of their own. Like they say, every picture tells a story and everyone has a story. When the viewer feels they can step into the scene, they own the photo. I seek to find unique angles on my subject, and if I can, utilize objects as viewfinders to focus the viewer's attention. Intensifying the color creates a surreal feeling, which I like because it adds energy to the scene. My squared photo is the story of Pittsburgh and the people we admire. The story of a city is told in the people they choose to immortalize in their public sculptures. Sports figures, presidents, artists, and everyday people stand tall for us. It's what makes us unique.
Very good.
I'm going to read John's because he wasn't able to be here tonight. And after reading it just now, I have to say his first sentence is pretty good. So he starts his statement first with a quote, which isn't the sentence I'm talking about, but it says, "The camera is nothing more than a tool," which I also agree with. And that's from Scott Kelby. So this is his statement. "It has been difficult for me to realize that a better camera will not necessarily make me a better photographer. My photographic eye is developing by time spent with the camera in a variety of settings, not more megapixels. I look for the unusual and the usual and attempt to use the camera to represent the world that I see. The five photographs represented reflect my view of a variety of settings, including Randyland, the East Liberty Presbyterian Church, the Washington County Fair, and beer taps at a wedding." And he's talking about also the shows that are on exhibition at Manchester. "Beauty can be found in some strange places and objects. I did not set out to photograph a particular scene or object, but rather to study my surroundings and react to what caught my interest. Patterns, colors, textures, and unusual objects guided me. Once the images were in the camera, the process of photo editing began. The final images you see are not documentary representations of the photo shot, rather my artistic interpretations. Photography is more than a medium for factual communication of ideas. It is a creative art." And that was a quote from Ansel Adams. "Cameras are amazing and photo editing is truly magic, but good images rely on the photographer's eye and artistic photo editing to create an exceptional photograph. Special thanks to Jill, Jolie, and Barbara for helping me on the road to developing my skills, and most importantly, my photographic eye." That was nice.
All right, and next is Lucy Ware. There you are.
I did the trees, and mine is short. Portrait of trees. I love to walk in the woods and observe nature. I feel free in this unconstructed space. These trees are perfectly situated and hold a special beauty. I'm drawn to look up. The bits of sky look so close when framed by branches.
Thank you. Nice.
Last, but probably best.
Mary Ann Dilley. Woo!
So, quote from George Orwell, "Seeing what is in front of one's nose requires a constant struggle. There's a story, there's a history, there's a message just behind every item, every scene, and every face. Using photography, I'm challenged not only to see that story, but through line, form, color, and composition to convey a bit of that reality. Exhorted, and that's by Jill and Jolie, to photograph with purpose, I am beginning to see what is right before me and manipulate that image in a way that emphasizes at least partially my experience. If color, shape, or line of a subject is pleasing to my eye, can I share satisfaction? Likewise, can I portray unease, discomfort, and even struggle through images? Given a specific assignment to photograph similar items in a similar setting, is the impact more powerful? Repetition is a tool to enhance even ordinary properties. With the camera and the magic of Photoshop, the tools are seemingly endless. The potential is great to find awe in the everyday, the sights right in front of my nose. And as Taylor Swift, everyone's favorite musician, says, that was keep your eyes